Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just wanted to pop a quick message up here before I head into the office. Um, I've had some things going on, been privy to some things going on in the last couple of weeks, and what keeps coming to mind is let it go. Let it go, let it go, let them go, let him go, let her go, let it go, let it go. Sometimes you have to let things go in order to, and I know this is going to sound corny or cliche, grow. But sometimes you have to. It's uncomfortable. It can be painful. It can leave people, especially when you're letting people go, questioning why. And if there was ever a true friendship or connection to start with, if it's family, family is, why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? What have I ever done to you? But sometimes you just have to let it go. Just as God told Abram that he had to leave his land, he had a promise for him, but he had to leave his land that was familiar in order to get it. He had to let it go. It was where his father was, it was where he grew up, it was what he was used to, familiar with. But he had to let it go in order to receive the promise that God had for him. Just as even when Lot left him and God said that he and Lot had to part ways, he had to let family go again in order to receive the promise that God had for him. Just as even after he tried to fulfill the promise himself, his way, by having a child with the handmaiden, with the handmaiden, he had to eventually let that handmaiden and that child go in order to receive the promise that God had for him. And even when God said to him, you must sacrifice your son, he was prepared to part with his son in order to fulfill the process or the promise that God had for him. Sometimes you have to let things go in order to get what it is that God has promised you. So whatever you're holding on to that you don't need to hold on to, let it go. Please let it go, because it's blocking some things that God has for you. It's unnecessary weight. It's an unnecessary burden. Let it go. Even if that thing is forgiving someone who has hurt or harmed you in some way, who has mistreated you in some way, let it go. Forgive them and let it go. If it is a job that you know is not giving you what you need anymore, God told you to leave that job a long time ago and you're still hanging on because it's a good job and it's paying your bills and the salary is great and the benefits are great, but God said let it go because what he has for you is greater, then let that thing go. I know it's scary. Been there, done that. I know it's scary. But if he said let it go, you gotta let it go. And what he has for you is so much bigger and better than what you let go. So I just wanted to throw that out there because this last couple of weeks has been really a learning process for me. Not so much in that I needed to let it go, but that someone I'm connected with needs to let it go, and they have refused to do so. So peace and blessings to you all. Have an awesome day and an even better weekend.